In 1974, the United States made a secret deal with Saudi Arabia that changed every dollar in your wallet. Not metaphorically, literally. The currency you use, the wars your country funds, the price of gas, groceries, rent, all of it runs through a hidden system called the Petrodollar. It was built behind closed doors, never voted on, and the moment it fractures, it takes everything with it. Most people think the dollar is strong because the US has a strong economy. That's the story. The real answer goes back to 1971, when Nixon killed the gold standard and replaced gold with oil. This is the petrodollar system, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's what nobody tells you. This system doesn't just affect governments, it affects you. The second countries stop pricing oil in dollars, which is already happening, the system behind your savings, your mortgage, your retirement starts to break. So let's break it down. How it started, who benefits, who's challenging it, and what happens if it collapses. To understand the petrodollar, you have to start with a crisis. After World War II, the global economy ran on the Bretton Woods system. Every major currency was tied to the US dollar, and the dollar was tied to gold. $35 equaled 1 ounce of gold. That meant the dollar wasn't just paper, it represented something real. But by the late 1960s, the US had a problem. It was spending far more than it had. Vietnam, military expansion, social programs. Other countries noticed. France started demanding gold in exchange for dollars, and suddenly, the illusion cracked. There wasn't enough gold to back all the dollars in circulation. So in 1971, Nixon made a move that changed everything. He ended the gold standard. No warning, no vote, overnight. The dollar was no longer backed by gold. It became paper. Now here's the problem. If money isn't backed by anything, why would the world trust it? Why keep using it? The US needed a replacement, fast. So in 1974, it made a deal with Saudi Arabia, the most powerful oil producer in the world. The deal was simple. Saudi Arabia would only sell oil in US dollars, not euros, not yen, not gold, only dollars. In return, the US would provide military protection, weapons, and political support. Then the US expanded this deal across OPEC, and just like that, oil, the most important resource on Earth, was tied to the US dollar. This created something incredibly powerful: artificial global demand for dollars. Because now, if any country wanted oil, and every country does, they needed dollars first. It didn't matter who you were: Japan, Germany, China, India. Step 1, get dollars. Step 2, buy oil. That's the system. Here's how it works in practice. Take Japan. Japan exports goods to earn money, but it can't use its own currency to buy oil. It needs dollars. So it exchanges its currency for US dollars. Then it buys oil. Now, oil producers are sitting on massive amounts of dollars. What happens next? They send those dollars back into the United States, mostly by buying government debt, treasury bonds. This creates a loop. The world buys oil in dollars. Oil producers collect dollars. They reinvest those dollars into the US, and the US gets cheap financing to keep spending. This is called petrodollar recycling, and it gives the US a massive advantage. It can print money, and the world is forced to use it. Now this is where it gets serious. Because the petrodollar isn't just about stability, it's about power. If oil is priced in dollars, the US sits at the center of global trade. It can influence transactions, track them, even block them. This is where sanctions come in. If a country steps out of line, access to the dollar system can be restricted. And if you lose access to dollars, you can't buy oil. And if you can't buy oil, your economy slows down. Fast. Now here's the controversial part. The pattern. Countries that try to move away from the dollar and oil trade often run into serious problems. In 2000, Iraq announced it would sell oil in euros. 3 years later, the US invaded Iraq. In 2011, Libya proposed a gold-backed currency for oil trade. That same year, Libya collapsed. Iran has tried to bypass the dollar repeatedly and has faced decades of sanctions. Now, wars are complex. They're never about just one thing. But oil, and the currency used to buy it, shows up again and again. For decades, this system looked unbreakable. But now, cracks are forming. China is buying oil in yuan. Russia is selling energy outside the dollar system. Saudi Arabia has hinted at accepting other currencies. And alliances like BRICS are building alternatives. Because the system only works as long as everyone agrees to use it. And that agreement is starting to weaken. So what happens if it breaks? This is where it hits you. If global demand for dollars drops, the US can't print money the same way. Debt gets more expensive, interest rates rise, inflation increases, the cost of living climbs, imported goods get more expensive, energy prices spike, and the system becomes unstable. For decades, the US has been able to spend more than it earns. The petrodollar made that possible. Remove it, and everything has to rebalance. And when systems like this shift, they don't move slowly. They break suddenly. And the people who don't understand the system get hit first. Back in 1974, a deal tied oil to the US dollar and tied the entire world to that system. Most people never noticed. But now, for the first time in decades, that system is starting to shift. And when it does, it won't just change global politics. It will change the value of every dollar in your pocket.